Speaking of Democrats and privilege, because one of those privileges is you can say whatever you want and the media doesn't really call you out on it. Well, Jen Psaki, right? Psaki, not Saki. Psaki, more like Saki. Like, I'd like another Saki. Warm, please. Jen Psaki, who is the White House press secretary, she said the other day that basically Republicans are the one trying to defund the police. This is just pure gaslighting. This is pure nonsense. We all know it, but they have no problem saying it. And she kind of smiles when she says it. So this is from a couple days ago, and then we got a great compilation for you. Here's Jen Psaki.
The thought there basically that some criminal who has been committing crimes with limited interruption or interference from police for the last couple of weeks or months is going to stop this easy life of crime if they have a summer job.
Well, I think the president believes that we shouldn't allow access to guns to those criminals who are currently illegally buying them from some dealers across the country. And part of his announcement is taking steps to do exactly that. But part of his announcement is also ensuring there's specific guidance to communities across the country to ensure that they have funding to get more community police around the country. Something that was supported by the American Jobs Plan that was voted into law by Democrats just a couple of months ago. Some might say that the other party was for defunding the police. I'll let others say that, but.
Man, I mean, Psaki, you are disgusting. You're just a disgusting person, because if you believe that the destruction of truth is something that you can do with a smug smile on your face and pretend that it's the Republicans that wanted to defund the police, you're just awful. Like, what else? How else are we supposed to analyze these people, right? Like, how else are we supposed to analyze people whose job it is to give us information when they blatantly lie to us? She also, before I show you this compilation of Democrats calling for defunding the police, not Republicans, she said something to the effect of, we shouldn't allow guns to people who are illegally getting them. That's what she said. The president doesn't want people who are illegally getting guns to get guns. Do you see the flaw in that statement? It's illegal already. But this is what they do with everything. We have laws that if you're a crazy person or a drug addict or a former felon or a series of other things, you can't get guns. And guess what? You're not going to believe this, guys. People find ways around things. And most people who do mass shootings get the guns illegally. Okay, we know that. By the way, 74 people were shot in Chicago last weekend, 6 fatally. Did that make it to the White House press conference? Did that make it to CNN or WAPO or New York Times or any of these things? 74 people shot. And by the way, I'm willing, I don't know that we'll even find the numbers on this because they probably don't know who did the shooting, or at least they probably haven't arrested anybody, or very few of the people have been arrested. But I'm going to guess out of the 74 shot, all of the guns were probably gotten illegally. It's not NRA members. It's not people who go about the legal systems that then run around, start shooting people, okay? It's just not. We know that it isn't. There has been no evidence ever of a mass shooting that was done by an NRA member who got their gun legally, okay? So it's just sort of it's the double talk. It's the double speak. It's this 1984 Orwellian double speak, very similar to the Ilhan Omar story that we just covered. The president believes we shouldn't allow guns to people who are illegally getting them. Yes, they're illegally getting them. We already don't allow it, but people find a way. Life finds a way. Jeff Goldblum, Jurassic Park. Well, anyway, then at the end, she says some might say Republicans are the ones who wanted to defund the police. Okay, Psaki, take a look.
I am for defunding the police.
Yes, I support the defund movement.
Why use the word defund? Why use the word defund? And it's like, this is the word that's coming from the street. Many affluent suburbs have essentially already begun pursuing a defunding of the police, in that they fund schools.
Not only do we need to disinvest in police, but we need to completely dismantle the Minneapolis Police Department. The Minneapolis Police Department is rotten to the root.
Defund the police does not mean abolish the police. It means a dramatic reduction in the number of police in our poor communities. Police are terrorizing Black and brown communities. The evidence is clear across the country.
Those are Democrats, Psaki, okay? Those are all Democrats, all calling for defunding the police. I cannot find video anywhere of any Republicans calling for defunding the police. If you think that voting against your bailouts has something to do with defunding the police, I mean, you're gaslighting, you're intentionally lying to the American people. Those are all Democrats calling. We want to take money away from the police. At the end there, I think that was Raphael Warnock the senator from Georgia, and he's basically saying, we don't want to defund them, like get rid of them, we just want to take their money away. Yeah, and then you know what happens? Then they don't have the backing, putting aside that you defunding the police, you take money away, you take resources away from them, well, then there's probably going to be less of them, there'll be less patrols and everything else. He says, oh, well, then they're going to go into, certain places and economically depressed areas and blah, blah, blah. When they do studies time after time, those people generally want more police. They want less crime, okay? That's not to defend every police action. Everyone knows that. I don't think I need to say that at this point. But when you defund the police and then you don't get the cities backing the police, more crime comes in. You guys all know the numbers. New York, LA, San Francisco, Portland, Seattle, everywhere that there is a progressive mayor, there is an increase in crime right now. There is an increase in homicide. There's an increase in homelessness. There's an increase in drug use. Do you not think that these things are connected? They might sort of be connected in some way. So, Psaki, you're a liar. You're a liar. And I don't know why it's left for me to call you a liar. I wish somebody else would call you out in the mainstream, but I know you guys got those people in your pockets because of, say it with me, everybody, Democrat privilege.